In such an Olympic sport as Taekwondo, traditionally the strongest world athletes are representatives of Korea, where this martial art was born. True, this does not mean that representatives of other countries do not have chances to reach heights in this sport. This fragile, emotional and purposeful woman from Kiev, Iryna Romoldanova, can be considered a real candidate to win medals for Ukraine. She's a prize winner of the Youth Olympics in Singapore, champion of the European Championship and Universiade, silver medalist of the World Cup and best athlete of the month according to the National Olympic Committee of Ukraine. Learn the start history of Iryna Romoldanova.
Zodiac sign, Gemini. Favorite color, black. Eye color, brown.
Favorite movie, In Time. Favorite flower, rose. Favorite beverage, water. Hobby: I collect badges that I take to the international competitions to exchange Ukrainian ones for those of different countries. I have a whole bunch at home. Favorite animal, dog. What I wanted to be in childhood. I wanted to be a bodyguard in my childhood, though I can't exactly explain why. What I like to collect. I love collecting gold medals. In her collection there are about 100 medals from various starts and tournaments. The heaviest of them is a silver medal from the 2015 World Taekwondo Championship that was held in Chelyabinsk. By that time, 20-year-old Iryna Romoldanova let herself be known to the public at the junior and youth level, but among the adults at the World Cup, such a successful performance became the first serious step for her. Before this medal, I went through very hard physical training, and there were moments when I lost my heart and did not want anything. But I thank my team for their great support and their belief in me. Of course, my coach constantly encouraged me when I failed. At these competitions, I opened up, performed well, and managed to take third place. When I won with a score of 5-3 against a Cypriot athlete, I was thrilled and thought that finally I won at least third place. Then in Chelyabinsk, after winning the medal, Romoldanova's appetites began to grow like on yeast. From round to round, Iryna and her coach began to raise the bar higher and higher. On the second day in the semi-final and final, I asked myself, well, if I had already won third and second place, then why should I not be able to take first place? I was truly hoping that I had the strength and desire to take home the top medal in the final, but fortune was not on my side that day. The final score was 5-5, meaning that nobody earned a gold point over 2 minutes. Those athletes who touched their rival's waistcoat more times came out the winner. Iryna Romoldanova fell in love with Taekwondo at first glance. Seeing it at the age of 7, she is still fond of it. While in kindergarten, she attended trainings of her elder brother and watched his activities on the Taekwondo mat. She liked it. The parents promised their young Ira that they will sign her up for training in the Taekwondo section. They did not let her down, having kept their promise to this future champion. When we come to any section, we initially like it. We like to run around there, beat someone, and you get great satisfaction. And when you have been training hard and moving towards your goal for 17 years, you then realize that it is yours, that this is exactly the form of sport that you want to be engaged in for your entire life, and that this gives you inspiration to train and raise a younger generation of future world champions. In the first year in the Taekwondo section, Iryna Romoldanova felt the thrill of victory and the agony of defeat. Despite the fact that she did not win her first competitions, she was not left without a prize. My first competitions were in 2001. At the age of 7, as soon as I first came to the training session, I went to the competition. I had a white belt at that time, but I did not have my own defense. We tried our best to help those who had no defense skills, and in my first competitions, I lost in the second fight and only managed to take third place. In all the 17 years that Iryna Romoldanova has been engaged in Taekwondo, she trained under the tutelage and supervision of Oleg Nam. He first introduced her to the world of Taekwondo, then opened up this sport for her, gave her his words of wisdom, and now today he's cutting his small diamond and turning it into a real diamond. A coach and a trainee should understand one another without words. Because we appear on the Taekwondo mat, we fight and coach is sitting in the little corner and giving prompts. The main thing is to hear your coach's hints and follow them because he sees the situation on the mat from the outside. The main thing is to listen to his advice, respect it, and immediately understand it at first glance. In the training process, Oleg Nam avoids categorizing his disciples as more or less talented. He gives each one a chance to become a star. But what about stars? I do not raise stars because a star is not capable of giving advice. A star always requires attention. Stars cannot help because they're waiting for others to help them. In our case, all is quite simple, so we're not infected by the disease of stardom. There are no stars in Oleg Nam's crew, but there are athletes who have reached great heights in Taekwondo. Today, such a remarkable example for the rest is Iryna Romoldanova. When she was just a child, such an example was Anna Soroka. She was the first winner in the history of independent Ukraine of the European Taekwondo Championships. For the young era, she was an idol in her childhood, and to this very day remains an idol. This was Anna Soroka, who became the first champion in 2006. She was the first champion of Ukraine, and in 2010, I got closer to her results and then even bettered her result. Of course, it's Anna. We were partners from childhood. She prompted and helped me out a lot, and it can be said that she led me with the coach to the success I have achieved today. Romoldanova not only trained together with Anna Soroka, she also long suffered from the champion's blows because she was her sparring partner. She first learned to hold a blow, then Iryna pulled up to her idol's level and finally surpassed her. Personal example is the best. Basically, Iryna started her career as a sparring partner for Anna Soroka, the first champion of Europe. But you must understand that a sparring partner is a person that, if you can imagine, is able to resist any blow and any hand-to-hand combat technique. As for Anna, she's a puncher. She's simply a fighter that is physically gifted with a knockout punch. To achieve today's results, Iryna Romoldanova had to sacrifice quite a lot. First of all, her free time. Tens of thousands of hours spent in the gym was the price she paid for her victories. Iryna's parents fully supported their daughter's engagement in Taekwondo in every possible way, something for which Iryna is very grateful. They saw that my eyes were burning. They saw that I wanted to do this and that I was good at it. And at that moment, they very much supported me, and sometimes when I came home upset after training, my parents always supported me. They also encouraged me and sent me text messages before my fight, and always waited for my response message after the fight. They wait until I am the first to contact them or send them a text message. If the result of the fight is positive, Ira sends a text message or dials their number to share her emotions so that they will not worry. If something goes wrong, she needs time to take a step backwards from these unpleasant moments. Of course, she feels upset and worries, but makes her best efforts to not focus on her failures. As the saying goes, you fall 100 times, but you get up on your 101st time. Of course, there is not a single champion that would not lose a fight or a game, but losses harden their character and give them greater strength than they could have ever imagined. I consider each failure to a lesson in life, business and sports. I think any athlete should not focus on their failures, but instead try to connect the mistakes they make during training. Romoldanova faced a lot of hardships during her career. There were major disappointment and tears, but Ira tried to hide them. This fragile girl, who fights in the most lightweight category, actually turned out to be a very strong-tempered athlete. When I was very young, I liked to run around, play football, run with boys, and even fight. So I was ashamed to cry in front of others from the very beginning. Feeling pain, I did not cry. I simply suffered very silently. I could rarely allow myself to cry in the gym where I engage in sports. I only let my tears flow after I went outside so that nobody would see that I was crying from pain or frustration. Taekwondo is a Korean martial art that has been known since the 1st century AD. In the Olympic family, this sport was officially registered since the 2000 Olympic Games in Sydney. With the improvement of skills in Taekwondo, athletes also master their knowledge of the Korean language, because all terms, all stands and strikes here are traditionally pronounced in Korean. I do not know the Korean language well enough, although we train in Korean every day. We count 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 in Korean. We can also say in Korean, hello, thanks for the training, and we had a good workout. I like all the blows that are delivered in Taekwondo. but I mostly use the blouse Pyochak Chigi, Yop Chigi, and special blouse to the head. At the World and European Championships, Romoldanova competes in the lightest weight category up to 46 kilos. There are only 4 weight categories at the Summer Games, so Ira performs in the Olympic category of up to 49 kilos. There are stronger, heavier, and higher rivals than her. I do not really feel a huge difference because I train with boys in the training sessions. Of course, they are heavier and taller than I am, but one time the coach of the team said to me that if you want to be strong and win, you should train the same way the boys do. So I took this advice and trained with the boys during all training sessions. In the world rating up to 46 kg, Romoldanova is among the top 3, and up to 49 kg, he's 10th in the world. It's necessary to be among the top 6 to automatically enter the Olympics and then train and calmly for the Tokyo 2020 Olympic Games while everything is on track. A bronze medal at the 2017 European Championship in the Olympic weight confirmed this fact. When it comes to competing with heavier rivals, the mentor always has his own philosophy and examples. An athlete representing Korea in the category up to 46 kg became Olympic champion in the last Olympic Games in Rio de Janeiro. So you must understand that I did not reinvent the wheel. She began increasing her ratings in the weight category up to 46 kg, in which she finally became the world champion. And then she gradually moved up to the up to 49 kg category and, let's put it this way, showed her fighting skills at the Olympics. In Taekwondo, one can attack using the hands and feet. Athletes are fully protected. Judges are present near the Taekwondo mat, but the computer system shows points. Most points are allotted for 360-degree kicks to the opponent's head. After the computerized arbitration, it is not enough just to hit the target. The blow must be of a certain force. A Taekwondo fighter cannot earn high points for the delivery of a standard fight blow. We have an electronic system of Dado. We have electronic socks with sensors, an electronic helmet, an electronic waistcoat. Each weight class has its own impact force. For example, in the up to 49 kg category, the force of a blow must be 28. If it's less, an athlete does not earn a point. Unlike in previous years, today judges do not award points for blows. They simply relax and monitor comments and points for a touch of the hand. Otherwise, all points are allotted by the system. Taekwondo athletes often compare their sport with chess. In a match, they calculate their opponent's moves in advance and try to predict the actions of the opponent. It's like a game of chess. In this sport, the strategy of a fighter is to think very fast and show the best techniques in sparring. When the opponent attacks, you must think very quickly and respond with a counterattack, continue to go forward or retreat. And of course, the main rule in Do-Yang sparring is to not go outside the 8x8 Taekwondo mat. The reason being that if a fighter violates this rule, a point is added in favor of the opponent. The coach highly appreciates his disciple's steel character. Initially, she did not stand out from others in terms of some personal data, but in terms of her physical character, she always stood out. She beats her rivals thanks to her persistence, perseverance, and targeted aim. On the first place, it is neither talent nor physical stats. If I had a choice between an athlete with unique talents and stats, but without character, I would choose an athlete of character. Let it be only a character, without any stats or even talent. Emotionality makes the fights of Iryna Romoldanova on the Taekwondo mat different from other athletes. She happily and sincerely rejoices, and her screams frighten and confuse rivals and build up her intensity. Since childhood, we have trained with screams. Hee-hap is like a psychological attack and breath control. When I scream hee-hap, I can perform stronger and faster. And this also gives me uncontrolled energy and builds up my desire to beat my opponent. Iryna thanks her coach for such relaxed and loud behavior while fighting. He did not nurture this trait in her. He simply decided not to overtrain her. She's used to saying that this was my contribution, but in fact I consider that it is simply her natural born character trait, like in a fighter or a warrior.
бойцам.
I don't know if I can say this about this fragile girl, but Iryna is truly a great warrior.
Великий воин.
Such childhood dreams, when Ira dreamed of becoming a bodyguard, gradually turned into adult fun and sport in which she long ago became a truly strong and dedicated warrior. Now her sports desires are related to performing in the Olympic Games.